All right. Hey, everybody. It's 2025. I was smoking a cigar in my garage finishing up about a half hour ago, and Krelbar started texting me. And we said, why don't we go fucking live and just shoot the shit there? So here we are. Krelbar, welcome. Now I don't hear you anymore.
Wait.
There you go. All right. Yeah, he muted his mic. Very good. All right. Yeah. Krell, how you been? I haven't seen you in a dog's age, I would say.
Yeah, at least like 7 months.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
gone down to Rhode Island to smoke at all, so like I just been doing it here and going through a lot of cigars too.
Mm.
Like I said, I even started smoking a pipe just so I could slow down my cigar smoking. But
Yeah, I reconnected with a friend that was in the
hmm?
Marines, and he ended up sending me a bunch of cigars for Christmas. Some
Nice.
Cohibas, and I believe I sent some pictures to you too.
Yeah, no, that
It's like,
Cohiba I believe is like a Nicaraguan Cohiba,
yes, this.
the Weller, and I think it's like it's a special blend that I know
The
for
thing
a
is,
fact.
you wanted to send me Cubans, but
Yeah.
they got friggin' tagged up in customs.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
So,
Oh, where was he?
he's in Missouri.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so I smoked a Cuban today. My first cigar of the year was a Monte Cristo Linné 1935 Maltese, or Maltz, however it's pronounced, Maltese. It was good. Um, Very enjoyable. I've been going back and forth on what I like. Lately, I've been digging a lot of the JFR, which is Aganorsa leaf, but yeah. And how about you playing? Have you been playing?
Actually, I started playing again. After a long hiatus, and
Nice
I've
one.
got a couple guitars, and I've got a friend that has a band that is looking for a guitar player because this guitar player wants to leave. So, yeah, maybe I'll stop playing again. But
Yeah.
anyways, in the meantime, I picked up a couple guitars. If you look over my left shoulder, depending which way you look,
Right.
there's John Mayer Silver Sky.
Oh, you bought one of those. Now, is that a
Yeah.
American or is that the overseas
No,
SE?
it's the SE.
Okay.
SE is better because like it's got the 8.5 radius
Instead of the 7.5
instead,
or 7.
and that's a little more friendly.
Yeah.
And you know something, out of the box, played great. It's set up great. The only thing I didn't have just the height, but thing is, I had changed the strings because some sick monkey at the factory put 12s or 13s on the fucking
Christ.
thing. Because I'm sitting there, I know I haven't been playing in a while, but it's like going, it's like, no, I'm not this bad.
Hey, Johnny Dean, happy New Year.
I took my caliper out.
Sean, happy New Year.
And I really squeezed it, and I got 12. And Sweetwater, they always call you back with a follow-up.
Right.
And that's exactly what I told him. I said, no, it was set up really good. Didn't have set the action, except the intonation, but it's like, but some sick monkey friggin' drew a bunch of fucking 12s or 13s on the fucking guitar.
Right. Crazy. So you set it up with 9s. Now, where is that one manufactured?
No, with 10s.
Oh, 10s. And where is it manufactured?
I believe it's Indonesia. I'd have to check it, but I'm pretty sure it's Indonesia.
Yeah. I mean, they're fine guitars. What are you going to do?
Actually, the pickups are great on that. It's like, because what I was looking for was that every time I get a guitar with like single coils on it, it's like I always end up modifying it or something like that. I wanted a guitar where it's supposed to have really good single coils. I don't want to touch it. Just get it, play it, just leave it alone. And that's when I thought that would fit the bill.
Yeah, the only guitar that I've done that to where I've kept the pickups, I mean, other than this PRS over here, because I don't even plan on keeping it. And basically, it's a guitar that students use when they come here. But the G&L, my ASAT, has the original pickups. Because I like those. I like the what are they called? MFD pick design pickups. Those are good. So I left it on there. I mean, but you know, I've so like I got my guitars back. I took them into the shop to get repaired. I had bone nuts put on everything that had a Corian nut. And but I still haven't really been playing electric unless I'm teaching. I had a couple of opportunities. There was a friend of mine needed a guitar player, and I told him if he needs me to do it, I don't want to do it, but I would. And then thank God he didn't need me, but I would have done it. I wouldn't have been happy doing it, but I could have done it. But I didn't want to. And I think I'm going to sell my Marshalls, the JCM 900 half stack and that DSL. I just don't want to keep it. I'd rather just have one more small amp, and I'll get rid of some of these other smaller amps too, because I really like a Fender style amp. That's all I care about. And I am going to take my little Marshall 2501 into Boston to get repaired. I don't think the EQ is working properly. I've practiced with it a few times, and I'm like, man, this is not changing the tune, the tone of this guitar at all. Hey, John's here. Welcome, John. And
Yo, bro. I actually have to open up in YouTube here so I can see a chat. Hang on.
Oh, okay. You don't have it in comments on your page there? It's a page.
Well, I do have comments, but nothing's showing up.
Oh, really? Man, I have a 12 over there. Yeah, I see it all over there. But I open YouTube and put it up on my other side.
Yeah, I let John know we were going on.
Oh, all right. Excellent.
Yes.
Good to see him. Yeah, and a bunch of friends always invite me out to like open jams. There's an open jam right up the street from me here on Thursdays. And I sometimes go out, but just to socialize and say hi to a few friends. Honestly, I'm not interested in bringing my guitar and playing. I did it once and I was like, no, this sucks. Just not my ideal thing. And I don't like playing other people's amps. I hate the way they have them set up. And it's just a conversation and a discussion with them that I don't want to have of why their amp sounds like shit. But I mean, not that they have bad amps. I just think they have shit for ears. And oh yeah. Well, we're at two different martinis now. We play martinis on Friday nights in Whitman and martinis in Plymouth on Saturdays. And it's going good. And I keep making the promise when I go live. I said I definitely will record a Friday night show because the way the place is set up, it's much easier for me to set up my camera. And I also think the sound will be nice in that place. Although it's a little bit of a live room, if you know what I mean, reverby. But I think with the camera it would sound pretty good up close. And there's a place for it. Like whereas in Plymouth, I don't really have room. I mean, you were there. You really can't. I mean, where the hell's it going to go? Because you guys sat at the bar that time you came down at Martini's.
Yeah, that was like last March. I think it was.
Wow, was that long ago?
Yes. Yeah, it was coming out of the winter. I remember that.
Wow. Wow. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was it. I mean, I've been playing different guitars. Usually I have my white guitar here, but right now I have my yellow guitar. That this is all worn with parts.
Well, I tell you, I'm known for like, hey, anyone get any new gear lately? I'm usually one that's like, no. I've actually gotten a lot.
Oh, you have?
It's like, I sent you a thing in text on the Duelist.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's a Chinese knockoff.
Right.
Thing is, I asked for the Lear pedal, LYR pedal, you know, and because it's like supposed to be a total clone. So thing comes it says Duelist on it,
Right.
and it's still a great pedal, but it's
Yeah.
like, but nothing I got was an Ingve Malmsteen
I was going to say it
Stratocaster.
looks like an Ingve Strat.
Yeah, and
I
it
always
came
like
with,
the white guard with the
yeah,
aged pickup covers.
yeah. Well, the thing is that what I did. Well,
What
there's a
is that
story.
bridge pickup? Is that a Duncan in the bridge?
It looks like one. That's actually a guitar fetish pickup I've had on like in my friggin' thing for ages.
Okay.
But what happened was that I said, I just want to do a scalp neck and stuff like that. It's like $159, so why not?
Yeah.
But what happened is that this isn't the actual original pick guard either. It's an American pick guard someone gave to me because the other one is like totally blanched white, and it didn't seem right with everything. And I had some volume knobs that were a little aged and stuff, so I put
Right.
those on. And what happened is that in the neck, well, it came with 3 friggin' crappy single coils.
Oh, right. That's a parchment guard you got on there.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think the Ingve is really the white one because his is a
Yeah,
50s Strat, isn't it? Like based on a 50s.
I think so.
Yeah.
But anyways, what happened was that okay, so um it came with 3 crappy friggin' single coils.
Oh no, not a
So
50s because it has the big headstock.
yeah, well,
He had a 50s though. What the hell? What was his big headstock one? A 68
I think it was
or
70. No,
oh,
no,
could be a
Ingves was a 70.
was it
It
a
was a
70 or a
70. It was
71?
a 72, if I remember. I'd
Okay.
have to look it up. I will afterwards, but
Oh, okay.
anyways. So the story behind the pickups here. I've had the bridge pickup forever.
Mhm.
It's like it almost looked like a screaming demon or something like that from
Yeah,
fucking
that's what I thought it
C1W.
was at first.
Yeah,
It's
it's
hard
like,
to see, but
but anyways, so the middle one actually doesn't have the original pickup cover on it. There's this guy named Johnny Edwards. He used to play for the Electric Blue Flames, which was the only sanctioned band to play Hendrix tunes and stuff. He was a friend of mine. And so years ago, back in 98, he played Toad Fest or whatever. I said, hey, look, if you're going to burn that guitar, throw the fucking pick guard out to me. I need a few pickups. So he fucking threw the fucking pick
nice.
out to me. So burnt my hand, but I also have the original burnt pickup cover.
Right.
So I didn't want to do that on this. So in the middle pickup, it's actually something off fucking LTD guitar. ESP. What I did is I had some fucking off-color spray paint and I spray painted the friggin' thing. And
Oh,
the,
okay. I was gonna say because the covers, I don't do Fenders match up with others? I don't know if they do. I know like
I don't know.
DiMarzio, you need a special cover. I think unless you're using their pure single coil. But like, like the pickups I use, they're special covers that are deeper, so they take the stacked pickup.
And you know something? The neck is actually an HS3 that I've had forever. It's like a DiMarzio HS3. And
Oh,
I
okay.
would have put that in the bridge had I not had the other one, but it's like,
Right.
but it was a really, really dark fucking cheddar fucking yellow, something like
Right.
that. I spray painted that too. So I put that in the neck. So now what happened is I've got some grounding problems I have to work out, but
Mhm.
but I tell you, scalp necks, it's no problem if you really know how to play. It's
Well,
like,
yeah, I think it
again,
actually
because you're not
it
supposed to
forces you to use a
squeeze the-
light touch.
Yeah, I always had a light touch.
Yeah, and it forces you to use, and so does Jumbo Frets. I mean, Jumbo Frets does the same thing. It kind of forces you to have a lighter touch because
These are
otherwise you'll
medium.
push too hard out of tune.
These are medium.
What's that?
Mm.
The frets?
Yeah,
Well, on a scallop
I
guitar, the
classify
frets
them
don't matter.
exactly. Because this scalped
because
out,
everything's
comes to a
concave.
tip.
You can't really push down to the neck. So that's the
Yep.
point. Is when you have jumbo frets, they're taller.
Exactly.
So and people always try to push down to the wood, and it's like you don't have
And
to.
I will say, when it
And
came
especially if you're
in,
playing quick stuff.
just for those that want to order it from fucking AliExpress or something like that, when it comes in, okay, from 0 fret to 12, the frets were pretty good. There was one uneven fret from 12 to friggin' 22.
Uh-huh.
Now, Ingve has
Get a
a
tall fret.
21, but this one's
Right.
no. It's like there were a couple uneven frets, unusual, because what they did was they just sanded down all the fucking frets. They didn't polish them, so it was like fucking sandpaper.
That's the
Thing.
worst.
So I had to polish those.
Yeah. Polish and
But
probably.
that's to be expected.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ingves is 21 because I don't think Fender made 22 frets till the 80s, maybe.
I think it was Clapton's guitar. They did it with his signature.
Oh, that was late. That was mid 80s.
Yeah. They did that, and then they ended up making the standard that.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I don't know. I just know that in the 70s they're all 20. I mean, from 50s to 80s, all I know are 21 frets. But G&L came out in 80, and those were 22s. And I think Fender kind of made. I mean, Fender's is different because Fender's 21 go all the way to the butt, but 22 frets will have the overhang.
Yep.
Whereas, that's why G&L and Fenders are not interchangeable necks, because G&L's 22 goes all the way out to the. They're built like the original Fender necks, where the butt goes all the way out to the end. There's no overhang on a.
Yeah. One more story with the guitar is that I have a bunch of pick guards and stuff, and when the stock thing came in, it was like total white pick guard, and it looked totally off from the off-color pickups and stuff. So I had off-color pick guard, but it was American, so I had to re-drill the holes.
Right.
And so so.
You had to re-drill the holes for that pick guard, right? Because that one, did that only have 8?
No, it had the same number of holes.
Okay.
It's just that they were off. They weren't all on.
Yeah, so, I wonder if the Ingve. Oh no, the 70s has 11. Did he ever do a 50s? Why do I always think I see him playing a 50s?
Well, there's
maybe
an 8. I think there's an 8.
Well, that would be a 50s guitar, but not with the big headstock. And Ingves always have the big headstock.
And normally what I do is I use a little Gorilla Glue, just dip the toothpick in it, stick it in, break it like that. And,
right. Yeah, that's all you need to do.
And then.
I mean, that's the easiest way if you need to, where the buttons go, if that gets worn out. I mean, isn't that when Eddie eventually went to those fucking big fishing hooks?
Yeah.
Those fisheye hooks, whatever they're called, but they were screwed in and they were bigger because that little screw that goes in there to hold the straps.
Well, he did that because that was the only size he could do to get the locking thing. It's like to get the locking.
Yeah, but I think it had because because those sometimes wear out on you. And interesting.
But I will say this about the Ingve Strat, out of the box, played perfect. It's
nice.
I haven't had the friggin' just the nut, the height, or anything. I did just the intonation, of course, but I had to do the fret work too. But other than that, it's really good.
Yeah. Well, it was funny when I took my guitar to my tech and he worked on this and put a bone nut because the Corian is sticky.
Yep.
So if you use any type of bar or vibrato, your strings are gonna stick. There's no and it chews up fast. It's a waste. If you're ever ordering a Warmoth neck, do not order the Corian nut. Just get a bone nut. So he put this bone knot on him. When I went to go pick it up, he looks at me. He's like, I got to tell you, that guitar plays effing great. And I thought at first, I'm like, oh, yeah, giving yourself a little bit pat on the back. I go, I didn't need a setup. He goes, no. He goes, just after I put it on, it didn't really need anything. It's a great playing guitar. And I said, it's all Warmoth. There's nothing Fender about that. He goes, oh, that I know.
Yeah.
He's like, that I know. He goes, first of all, the neck was a giveaway because I have a super beefy neck that's got a V, but it's also really wide. I mean, your early 50s necks and your mid 50s up to like 57, the necks were beefy, but they weren't like this. And then also I have the big head, the big logo, because I love the way that Dan Smith looks. So, but yeah, he knew. He was just like, yeah. And he even said the body felt a little different than a Strat. He goes, it looks like a Strat. It doesn't feel like it when I held it.
Yes, my brother's still here. He had Dan Smith Strat.
Yeah.
From
yeah, I like. Well, there's two Dan Smiths, and the Dan Smith 1 is the one I like. The Dan Smith 2, which had the input jack in the second tone knob control, was replaced. I hate that one.
Well, that's the one he had.
Yeah, that's the Dan Smith 2. Yeah, the Dan Smith 1 is a regular Strat that just happens to have a small headstock with a big logo. And again, they were just trying to get rid of. He's still here. He said they were trying to get rid of the logos. In fact, this guitar, when I had put it together, the idea was I wanted it to look like the International Strat series, which had a blonde, like a maple neck. But what it was like the late 70s and 79, they wanted to get rid of the black. They had so much black plastic. They were like, we're going to do the white guards with the black. So the International series came like that. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to make it myself, I'll use an ebony fingerboard and I'll put the smaller headstock on it. So people always ask me what kind of Strat is it? I'm like, it's the Dan Smith International series, which doesn't make any sense. It's a composite of two different Strats that I wanted and made myself as one.
Well, I'm thinking of parting out my Strat. So it's like, because I was selling my Strat.
I've had that guitar for years, Johnny. I think I put that together in 17 or 18. I've had that since then. Sorry.
But the whole thing is like selling the neck, the Babbitt's bridge, all that stuff. Maybe get Goto and stuff, a Wenge neck, a Wenge neck, a Wenge neck.
I love my Wenge neck. That Strat's my favorite of my Strats. And when I bring it out to places, people are always like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, it's a Strat. You're not going to find it anywhere. It's a Mexican Strat that I completely gutted it, put all new shit in it, put a new neck on it with a Wenge neck.
But I tell you, when I built my own guitars from parts and stuff, I always find they play the best. It's like, because look over my other shoulder here, this weird friggin' pickguard thing there. I built that on my 40th birthday. That's a Fernandez neck.
Yeah.
It's Wurzel tuners. It's some generic fucking body that was fully loaded. They pulled the pickups out, and I put a DiMarzio Breed in the bridge and two Guitar Fetish fucking dual rails. Things. But regardless how it sounds, that's subjective, but it's like, it fucking plays great.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I just get a kick out of like all the purists. Oh, I got a 62. I'll never change anything. All right.
The thing is, I'm not going to call myself a luthier. I'm not going to call myself a guitar builder. It's not that hard. It's not.
Right.
I've leveled frets. It took me 2 times on a cheap guitar to learn how to level frets.
Well, I mean, the Strats itself, they're basically plug and play. You just swap parts and whatnot, which makes them why they're great. Because like I said, personally, I don't really care for a narrow nut. And anytime anyone tries to play my acoustic guitar, when I play my gigs, they'll come up and be like, what kind of guitar is that with the slot headstock? And I'm like, it's a Takamine. And they pick, and I go ahead, pick it up. And they pick it up and they're like, you play with a wide neck like this? I'm like, yes. I know it's that one's like 1 7/8, or it's super wide. But
no, well, it's great if you're playing like fingerstyle or something like that. It's great.
I
It's
just am used to it wide. I like it
yeah,
wide. I like my electrics wide. It's just what I like. I mean, and because I play so much acoustic, people are always like, "Oh, you're an acoustic," but no, I like playing electric just as much, if not more. I don't care. It's just I don't want to schlep my gear out, and these people are paying me good money to play on the weekends. Um, Fucking easy. What am I gonna do? You know what I mean? I know I've been thinking about, like I said, I'd like to thin the herd of these amps and just get myself a smaller Fender style amp. And again, I'm in no rush because I'm in no rush to go out and play. I mean, I've been toying with the idea of doing some original stuff, but
well, you
even
want
then,
that
it's like, with my band, we have been adding so many songs that literally I've been going back watching my own lessons, going, how the fuck did I play that song? I don't remember how the song even goes. Like today, I was like, I went and watched Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got. I did a lesson on that. I'm like, God, I played that a few times. How come I don't remember anything about it? I mean, I
it's
remember
called it's called Alzheimer's.
yeah. No, I mean, no, it's the thing is because I still have like 300 songs memorized. People come up I had a girl come up. She asked me a couple of weeks ago, can I play Nobody Does It Better with her? And I said, just give me,
Nobody does
yeah,
it
I'm like,
better.
just give me a minute. And so she thinks I'm trying to figure out the chords. I'm trying to figure out the part that goes, I'm thinking all those sixes. I'm like, let me just think about how this fucking part goes. Well, you give me a, and we did it. We pulled it off. I mean, I remember the song. Most of the time, if I hear the song in my head, I can not remember the chords, but I can fake them. And then as I'm playing it, Universal Audio Dream 65, no. No, that sounds like an interface. I mean, to me, all the interfaces are pretty
Oh,
much the
by the way,
same.
my brother said he picked up a Gretsch Falcon acoustic. I know he was talking about it. I didn't know he picked it up.
Oh, the White Falcon, nice guitar. Oh yeah, I
Mm.
see that now. Christopher Valdez says Ingve don't like donuts. I believe the term is doesn't like donuts.
That's from that's from Pantera video.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's like he don't like donuts.
And it's funny because like I go to the gym like every day now. It's been back at it fully almost 3 years. And I listen to only metal when I'm in the gym. And then as soon as I'm out, like I've been listening to a lot of like bebop jazz. I try to listen to everything else but that when I'm not. And it's so funny because when I'm in the gym, I'm like, man, I remember loving this guitar tone and now I hate it. Certain songs, I'm
Mhm.
like, what the hell is this? And I honestly think that's why like groups like Pantera, you just brought them up, why it never rang with me. I mean, I like Cowboys from Hell and I like Hate and what is it called? Hate and Walk.
Walk.
I like Walk, but if I wasn't in the gym, I wouldn't listen to it. That guitar tone is atrocious. And Guitar World this month had a big Dimebag episode, and everyone's talking about what a great player Dime is. And I think
Well,
he's a fantastic player. I just don't care because it sounds like he's playing a
you
fucking
don't like
Fender buzzsaw.
yeah.
I
You don't
can't
like
stand
drums.
that sound. It just doesn't do
But
anything for me.
I always called those players the fucking jackhammer left hand. It's like fucking they have independent left hand fucking that just do it's like
Yeah, but no, it's like even the technique, like, let's put it this way. Here's how crazy I am. Like Stevie Ray Vaughan, I would never listen to. I just don't care for the blues. I've never been shy about calling out the blues. I don't like it. It's okay. Do I think he's a fantastic guitar player? I do. I think he's incredible. But it's nothing I would listen to, except for the fact that his guitar tone is fantastic.
hmm.
And I wish that guitar tone were on more things that I liked. And of course, we were talking earlier. What started this whole conversation and why we came live was because you were talking about Steely Dan guitar players.
Hmm.
And even when you compare the guitar players, like I love Larry Carlton's tone. Love it. It's just a great guitar tone. And I love Walter Becker's guitar tone
Mm.
when he played on
Black Friday,
Asia and Gaucho.
and he played on the solo on Black Friday.
Oh, is that him? Yeah, that
Yeah.
tone is probably my least of it of the my.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because I always use that as an example of like it's like, I watch this behind the scenes of like Peg when they were going through all the guitar players.
Yeah, Jay
that
Graydon.
played on Jay Graydon played on it, but it's like all these guitar players tried out, and there's this thing you can go on Prime or whatever, and you can see where they just try to mix and board all these different guitar players, and Walter Becker says, "Yeah, that solo speaks for itself," kind of fucking just, but
Yeah.
but then the thing is that with Black Friday, like you said, it's not one of your best solos from him. It's
No.
like, well, Walter, why didn't you bring someone else in to fucking play that song? Because
Well, the
it's
thing is,
such
they
a
probably
great
did,
fucking
and they didn't like it, or they liked his
Yeah, well,
fit the bill
at
the
that
most.
point,
I mean,
what time, what year did Black Friday come out?
that's 75. Black
So,
Friday's on it's on
okay.
Katie Lied.
Yeah, that's way before Lukather. Lukather would have burned on that.
Yeah, Luke, I mean, well, they were kind of done by the time Luke was playing. By 76, that was Larry on most things. Well, the three
Yeah,
big
well,
songs
Lukather
on.
didn't come on till like 78, so.
Yeah. And then Asia's 77. And then Gaucho's 80. And Gaucho is a lot of it's Walter, it's Steve Kahn. I think they brought Mark Knopfler in for a song. They did not like him either.
Yeah, what song they bring in Mark Knopfler?
He's on Time Out of Mind.
Oh, okay.
Dave, they have a Fender Champ 25 at Pawn Shop 250. It's supposed to be a tube amp, but I thought it's okay. Yeah, I'm not a big Champ fan. I mean, I like the what I forget the number, AB673. I forget the numbers, but basically the Princeton I like the deluxe reverb, the 60s blackface deluxe reverb, and I like my favorite is the Vibe Reverb and the Super. Those are my two that I think are special amps. But it's the same. Really, it's the same amp as the deluxe reverb, but it's powered more, 40 watts instead of 22, and different transformer. But I think it really works in the Vibe Reverb the most. I mean, that's just my favorite. And it's all subjective. Like,
Yeah.
I love the sound of Marshalls, but I don't like the sound of the super overdriven Marshalls. Like I love like the Judas Priest guitar tone on British Steel more than I do anything else, And I also love a Marshall Clean. I think they sound fantastic with a little bit of hair on them. They're great, slightly dirty amps. They're not used that way, but they should be, because I like the the things that people complain about Marshalls are the things that I actually like about them. Most people say they don't have any bottom end. I like that.
My favorite clean is a Fender, because Fender dual reverb, because I played through one of those
Fender
ones.
dual reverb?
Fender, is that what it's called? Twin reverb.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Twin is the same as the Vibe Reverb. Well, it was at one point when it was in the blackface, but again, bigger transformer. I think it's 85 watts in the original Twin.
I played a backyard party where, guy wasn't playing with any pedals in front or something, just playing straight through the fucking amp and stuff. So what I did was the clean channel, I fucking cranked it. I cranked the fucking master and then turned up the volume until thing. But it's like, it sounded great because
Millennial Codger.
Though it was clean, it had a lot of bite and stuff. And
Millennial Codger put up a video. I think it was it yesterday? I was laughing my ass off.
Mm-hmm.
I think tell me if it's you. I'm pretty sure it was you. It's It's a little ball busting, but it was on Pipe Cottage. Foghorn Leghorn. I do declare, this is me and my brother have been calling that guy Foghorn Leghorn for years. It's hysterical. I loved it. And the one before it, which was the guy who does stuffs and things, I avoid watching his videos because I just don't care. But yeah, I do like Pipe Cottage, but that video was spot on. It was funny as fucking hell. Loved it. Great stuff. If you guys are interested in, he puts up some great historical stuff, old commercials and stuff and advertisements for pipes and pipe tobacco. That's really fun, but it was great. In fact, I went looking through. That's why the name stuck with me, because I watched it and I was like, I got to see who else he did it on, and it was just fun. Let's put it this way: it's very much in my type of vein where I love just busting chops, and I don't think anyone would find it. I mean, maybe Pipe Cottage would find it insulting, but it is absurd, and that's kind of his whole shtick. You know, he sits there and tells a story, and it's like, I watch his videos for 5 minutes, and then I have to turn it off because it just becomes, oh, cool, thanks. Because I just, it's like listening to Foghorn Leghorn telling you about life and why.
I say.
Oh, I do declare this blend of tobacco is very good. What are you? Must be a chicken hawk. I mean, it's really like watching that. But I enjoy it. But I enjoy them. But like I say, I can watch them for 5 minutes and then I move on. But the other guy I never watch that he ripped on, because the other guy, to me, it's just like, it's a little hipster for my taste. And, when I think of hipster doofuses, I think of Rolling Stone magazine and how great Bob Dylan is. And then I want to hang myself.
Okay, let's talk about Bob Dylan. Right?
Oh, Johnny will love this.
Stuff. It's like, yeah, I don't like Bob Dylan either, but the band, right? And you'll disagree with me here. I'll take them over the Rolling Stones any day.
Oh yeah, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, I enjoy friggin' Ophelia. That is a great song by the band.
I would take any Rolling Stones album, any song off of from from Let It Bleed. I'm gonna do the albums that I know really in my head. From Let It Bleed all the way up to Tattoo You, I would say Ophelia is not as good as any song on any one of those records.
Thing is,
and some of those songs I don't like.
The thing
is, I don't like System Morphine. I don't like I Got the Blues or whatever that song was on Sticky Fingers. I don't like.
The songs just hit your ear a little more than the Stones.
I like Do It, Don't Do It. I mean, but that's not Dylan. That's Robbie Robertson.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not defending Dylan. I'm defending the band. It's like.
But people talk about Dylan being a great songwriter, and I know I've gone off on this way too many times. And next week, folks, Dylan will be on the show. No, but the thing with Dylan is, you talk about songwriters. I mean, fucking Daryl Hall and John Oates. I mean, I could name a million songwriters. I even think Thomas Dolby's a better songwriter. I think there's so many better songwriters. Elvis Costello. I mean, I could go on. I mean, I could go from every genre. I think Smokey Robinson deserves more cred than Bob Dylan. Smokey wrote some of the greatest songs for Motown artists. He was great. He wrote that song. I mean, being a New England guy, Jay Giles' band did First I Look at the Purse. That was a Smokey song. But, I mean, and then the funny thing is like somebody piped up, and I know they were just joking. Hey, Pickles. And they were like, I can name 50. I always say, name 5 great Bob Dylan songs. And they're like, I can. Everyone always replies, I can name 100. I can name 10. Start naming them. Don't tell me what you can name. Just name them. Because once they get caught up in hurricane,
lady.
I love Marshall Crenshaw. Someday, some way, baby. Yeah, he was great. I'll take Crenshaw over Dylan. Let's put it this way. If somebody says Crenshaw's a good songwriter, I'd be like, okay. But I wouldn't put him like him and Dylan, I would say the same. Yeah, they have a couple of good songs. But when you sit there and you say Dylan's the best and you put him over guys like Gamblin' Huff,
And there you
I
go.
hate to break it to you, Barry White wrote better songs.
Well, there you go. Thing is that you kind of put forth like Dylan sucks, that's it and stuff. But you just conceded that there's a couple of good songs from Dylan. So
I will, right.
I
But I'm
agree.
not saying what I'm saying is, but the guy put out 400 albums and
Yeah.
99% of it is crap. It's the same thing I say about Prince.
Oh yeah, it doesn't
Like
make him a great
everyone.
songwriter. Yeah, it's like
Guitar Samurai did a video, and I don't know if you guys know who Guitar Samurai is.
yes, I do.
Okay. I only seen a few times him come up in my feed. He came up in my feed and he was watching guitar players that people say are great solos, and he's going to critique them. Some he said were great, some he said weren't. And when he got to Prince doing that fucking song, the Beatles song, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and he was like, this is absolutely nothing special. I was like, well, that's what I've been saying, but I've got a ton of hate for it. But and he also said he likes him on other instruments better, and I've been screaming that he's a good keyboard player and he's a great bass player, but as a guitar player, he's pedestrian.
Well, I just watched Samurai Guitar Player on something else, and I agreed with him on, but I can't remember what it was. It was like 5 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing is, if you're going to sit there and go, like, people just go on and on about Prince and how great he is and what a great songwriter he is. And if I say he's not, then they want to argue with me. And listen, you know me, Krell. I love to argue. But the problem they're going to have is I have every Prince album, and I'll back up the argument with how many albums there are versus how many great songs there are.
No, you know what it is? It's the element of surprise, because what happens is that you get a pop artist. He's so prolific and everything, and they see him playing a guitar, and it's like going, oh my God, this prolific, pop artist plays guitar, so he must be the greatest guitar player in the world. It's like,
yeah, he was playing very like pedestrian minor pentatonic. So millennials asking, what do you think of these young virtuoso type players that are getting popular? I think
which ones?
There's a very limited amount of them on YouTube that mean anything. Mancuso, what's his name? Mateo.
Oh,
that guy's a legend. I mean, he's just a phenomenal player. And there are guys that nobody knows about, like Justin Lee Schultz is another great player.
I was going to mention him. Marsan, the acoustic player.
So there's a lot. Yeah, but see, those guys were never. Yeah, Mancuso, he's fantastic. I mean, there's no getting around how great he is. He's, I would say, a guitar player that comes along that is going to change the way everybody looks at guitar. I mean, you had like, your Hendrix, your Van Halen. And again, I'm not a huge Hendrix fan, but I do understand what he did for the guitar. And this guy is up there with just, I mean, he's also a brilliant musician and understands music and really, can get inside the outside, if you will. Just a great player. A lot of these guys, like the shred guys that are doing it, I find boring. As soon as I see a guy tapping, I'm instantly turned off. I don't care.
Well,
like, what do we go? Let's play something musical. It reminds me of why I don't like George Lynch.
I grew up in the 80s, and like I was influenced by Van Halen, stuff like that. But anytime you saw me play, I hardly friggin' tapped.
Polyphia, I do not like. I find that to be mechanical and just boring. I would never listen to that. It's there for the look at us.
Technical playing, but
yeah, it's the look at us stuff. It's like, look at us, look what we can do. But it's like, but is it music? Nothing I would listen to. Like, and it's so funny where prog music has gone, because when we were kids, like, you listen to an album like Close to the Edge, 3 songs, all really long, but the songs, I mean, regardless of what you think of what's going on in the song Close to the Edge, it's a great song with a great hook. I mean, it's still a song. It's not playing odd to be odd it's playing it and it makes the song interesting. Bands like whatever, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, Polyphia, I just find ultra
I think
boring.
that's what it is. But
Billy Strings, I think, is fantastic. A great bluegrass player. I mean, he's also bringing attention to the great bluegrass players like Brian Sutton, who is my favorite bluegrass guy. And what's the other guy's name? He's a monster. He's passed. I think he's going to be dead by now. Tim something or
oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. The guy with the blonde hair and
no, this guy is brown hair with a mustache.
no, okay.
But anyways,
Well,
I mean,
kind of
there's so
brownish
many.
hair. Wait,
There's
I'll
so.
get
Is
that.
it Tony Rush? Is that his name?
No, you've got it almost. It's Tony
Rice. Tony Rice.
Tony Rice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
Well, I always thought he was blonde.
No, he's phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, there's
He's
a
not
lot of
blonde,
great
he's
players.
phenomenal.
The problem is that virtuosity doesn't mean anything when it comes to when you want to sit down and listen to music. You know what I mean? In other words, if I sat there and said to you, sing me a couple of Beethoven songs, these are 200 years old, you could. Sing me a Franz Liszt piece. Bingo.
Yeah.
Right. He was a virtuoso on the piano. He wrote like, and then there were guys who can play their ass off, like guys like Rachmaninoff, who wrote beautiful pieces. So to me, the writing aspect and the creativity of music is far more important
He wrote
than the virtuosity.
Barry Manilow tunes.
What's that?
He wrote Barry Manilow tunes.
Who's that?
No, not Barry Manilow.
No, Eric Carmen stole those
Eric
songs.
Carmen. Yeah, all by myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, in that respect, like, you know, David Gilmour does more with a few notes than most people. And, you know, it's so funny because I always see that people comment so much about Jeff Beck and how much they love Jeff Beck. And I think Jeff Beck became a phenomenal guitar player. I did not care for the 70s Jeff Beck, the constipated duck and that sound. I never cared for that. That doesn't resonate with me in any way. I don't know why, but it doesn't. But when I hear like Angel's Footprints and what he did in the 80s and 90s, he was phenomenal. I mean, probably one of the few guys from the 60s that over the years just kept improving to was on a trajectory, just kept improving up until he passed. By Billy Strings, Bluegrass and Phrygian is wild. Yeah. One of those things that I really don't like to think about stuff in modes. I mean, it's bluegrass in general is just a really great style of playing. And I like that band, the Punch Brothers, a lot. Sierra Hull, I like a lot in her band, that bluegrass band. I love, of course, Dan Tominski and Ron Block in Alison Krauss in Union Station. Yeah, I don't know. I just think I think Jeff's a great player. Like I said, I would give him the credit that, people talk about him. And like I said, the 70s Jeff, like Wired and Blow by Blow, I mean, they were okay. I don't think it's as good as Al Di Meola's Elegant Gypsy record to me. It doesn't move me in the same way. It doesn't make me, But Jeff Beck, when he does the Beatles thing at Ronnie Scott's, I mean, he really, as a player, improved to a point where it's like, wow, this guy got really great. And, but I'd rather listen to guys like, Lukather and, Billy Strings is great. He's great. Like I said, if you like Billy Strings, look up Brian Sutton. He's awesome. Rod Stewart and Ronnie Wood. Yeah, what were that? The Faces. What was the song Ron Wood sang? I wish that I knew what I know now when I was younger. And I think Rod sang it afterwards solo, but the Faces version, it's Ronnie Wood singing. Dear old granddad. Yeah, it's great stuff. Great. Let me see what my phone's going. Oh, Cigar Page is sending me more stuff. What a shock. Ooh La La, that's the name of it. Thank you. Ooh La La. Great song. I don't know what the hell Krelbar just did, but I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger. What else is going on? Millennial Codger, do you play guitar? I was thinking about smoking a pipe tonight. All right, what do you play? Wish that I knew what I know now. Oh, all right. I meant like what kind of guitar do you play or oh, nylon string? For you, Ed?
Okay,
Yeah.
with New Gear Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I was, for a couple of years, I didn't buy
Oh, nice.
anything. I've been buying a lot lately. I got my first Vibe. It's
Oh, a Univibe.
It's the Shaky Jimmy
All right.
Univibe. It's like
Yeah, so it's
very good. It's like fucking. Another thing I bought was the mono price, $250 tube amp. It's like a 15 watt with EL84s. That it's a great fucking amp. Oh my god,
nice.
it's like fucking. And so I got that. So I stopped buying pedals for it. And this was one. I stopped playing fucking Bridge of Sighs, and it's like, I know the song. It's just that I never played it with a vibe.
Right.
So, and of
I always
course,
like playing with a vibe.
I
Us
have
and
the
them
rate.
on the clean.
I have the rate set very low because that's the whole thing. It's a
Yeah.
But also, I mentioned this to you, is that you mentioned Duelist all the time.
Uh-huh.
There we go. I got the Duelist. It's a
clone.
It's a Chinese knockoff. Now,
Yeah.
the thing is, when you get this from AliExpress, you can have it with the Duelist logo or the LYR logo. And I selected LYR because I didn't want to be confused with whatever. But they sent me a Duelist.
Wow.
But it is a great pedal, though. It
is.
It actually has, it has the DIN switches on the outside.
Yeah, that's how the
Yeah,
Duelist 2 came out, the second incarnation of that pedal. Yeah. Oh, I love the Duelist. I think it's like one of the best pedals into a Fender amp.
And that guy Tyler, he from Music Is Win, he did the comparison of his $5,000 fucking Centaur to the Chinese one.
Yeah.
You know what? It sounded pretty fucking close. So I got one of those.
Wow.
For like $30. And I tell you what, it crunches.
The Duelist is a dual pedal, Ed. One side is a Tube Screamer 808 with a that pushes a little bit more drive. I think it's I think at the 50% up and down the middle, it's at the max where the original TS 808 goes, and then you can push it more. The other side is a Marshall Blues Breaker for more of a rock sound. I have the Soloist also, which is just the Tube Screamer side, and I love it.
There's another one called the Dumbler. It's supposed to be a Dumble, and I I haven't. That was like $15 or something like that. It's like this little fucking mini pedal, and you know what? I just tooled around with it for a little bit, and it seems pretty good. It's like I am really. But
Yeah,
I
I
tell
mean,
you,
all these things. You can play
that
with whatever
friggin'
pedal you want. I mean, a lot of the playing is in the fingers. You go see a guy play, and I've said this. You go see a guy play, and I've never liked the King of Tone pedal. I've played through it several times. I do not like the pedal. I saw a guy play one time. I'm like, dude, your tone is fantastic. I look, he's using the King of Tone. So, but I don't like the way it feels when I play it. So it's just everything's subjective. It's whatever you weigh what you dig. That's what I always say.
yeah, that vibe
That's from
pedal,
Boogie Nights.
that Jimmy vibe pedal is like fucking 40, $50. It's like, and it does the fucking sound. And I
Yeah,
watch things on friggin' line when they compare it. It's like, what the fuck? It uses LEDs instead of the usual photo,
right. Yeah,
whatever. It's like,
the photo cells.
yeah.
Now you've been listening to a lot of Steely Dan.
Yes.
All right. You've been enjoying the guitar work of Skunk Baxter.
Yes. And others. It's like mostly Jay Graydon and
Yeah. All right. So, but you were saying like so to me, the comment that you made, which rang
ooh,
true to me, was that he really just follows the chords pentatonic wise. He changes whatever the
yes.
chord is, he's playing the pentatonic for that chord.
Yeah, because I had read an interview before with I think it was with Elliot Randall, where they said that they brought him in because Skunk was supposed to play on Reelin' in the Years. And they said, yeah, he's kind of following it too, friggin' boxy and stuff like that. It was to the point where my old rhythm guitar player, and he was well versed on music and stuff. We got into an argument once. He thought that Jeff Skunk Baxter played the solo for fucking Reelin' in the Years. I said, no, that's fucking Elliot Randall.
Right. 100%. And it also follows, I mean, it really does the same similar type of playing as Skunk, where he's following the chords a lot, but he sticks around, for the most part, just playing in D, but he does follow the chords a lot, which it sounds good.
But what
Watchman's saying, if all Dumbles sound different, which do these Dumble clone amps and pedals sound like? Well, usually they'll tell you. Like some people, if they make a Dumble clone, will say this is the OD, this is the ODS, the overdrive,
well,
or this is the, like, you can buy the steel stringer or steel string singer, whichever one. And that's for his steel string singer, which is the amp that Stevie Ray Vaughan played. Although I think most people, when they think of Stevie's sound, it's that Vibe Reverb sound to me, or the Super. He played both at the same time.
I think people overthink it. It's like, you get a good bass tone and stuff like that. It's like, it's all about EQ. And it's like, you can EQ the fuck out of this. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's why I like that. That's why I like the Duelist, because you can take out some of the shit that I don't love about the Tube Screamer
oh, yeah.
and put
Yeah.
more in.
But you have to have a good bass, though. It's like, it's not, I'm not going to say that anyone can make any pedal. It's a good bit. I mean, like take an Arbiter or Fuzz Face or something like that. If you want fuzz, that's great. But it's like fucking besides that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like again, it's all subjective, and it just depends on if people like the way it feels when they play through it. They'll hold on to it and play it. You know what I mean? It's like,
knock
I
off
always
a nut.
hated that full tone, the OCD. I think
Yeah,
that pedal sounds terrible when I play through it. I'm like, I don't like this tone at all.
knock off a knot. That friggin' Duelist. It's like it's got the Steve Ray Vaughan tone. I played the Silver Sky through it. I'm not Steve Ray Vaughan, but it's like it's got that friggin' when you get that second position, whatever possession, whatever, it's like friggin' that it friggin' quacks.
Johnny Kramer, yes, he played the 15-inch. That's the vibroverb. The vibroverb came with a 15-inch speaker. And he also played the super reverb, which is the same amp as the vibroverb, but has, is it 410s? And he played both. He would have both on stage. In fact, I think he had two of each on stage with him. But yeah, and they're the same amp. They're just different speaker configs. One's a 410, the other's a 15. But I think the 15 is the sound. Hey, Doug Warren, thanks so much. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I try to do songs that people don't really play either correctly or doesn't sound the way I would play it. And so I play it, to the how I want the voicings and stuff like that. I mean, it's basically for me. When I do the lessons, it's so I can go back and be like, I do it myself. Like recently, I did the lesson on Here's Where the Story Ends. And I knew it went to a C chord, but I was like wondering how they're going to pull that off live because it sounded like many guitars. And then I heard him live and I'm like, oh, he's playing that up at the eighth. It's not where I think it is. That's definitely played up. You remember that song? Krell by the Sundays. Here's Where the Story Ends. Here's where the story ends.
I might know it, but it's
yeah,
like, I don't know it by name.
So yeah, so I tried to, fourth thing, organ speaker, a Hammond, I forget the name of it. Yeah, that was separate. Yeah, that's what I thought, Doug. I thought he had two of each. He had two vibroverbs and two super reverbs, and then one other ramp. The other ramp, I think, at one point was a Marshall, and then I think that was swapped out with a Dumble. Yeah, the Sundays.
Oh, by the way,
yeah, like it's little things in those songs that drive me to teach them. When I hear like little things, like hold on one sec, let me just show you this real quick.
Yeah, Johnny. By the way, I looked back in chat. You said I get myself an Ibanez. I do have Ibanez, but that one back there, if you're talking about the green one, that's a Harley Benton.
The beginning of the song, like I've seen people play it, and they all play it like these two chords. But when I listened to the record, I was hearing it way more open, and I'm like, no, that's. In fact, not until the second time when she's like, here's when. Then he adds that finger in there, that D, and takes out the third. You can hear it because it cleans up on the record when she comes back in. Because the whole time she's like, and then the second time she goes, here's right, and then but that other part that was driving me nuts was. So that's why I teach those types of songs, because I'm like, well, I don't think anyone's going to show, and what happened is the way I teach it, I try to incorporate what's going on the record, because live, he's just playing, it's that little souvenir, a little souvenir of a terrible year. That's all he's doing live. But on the record, you can hear the other guitar going, so that's why I taught it like. Because you can still pull it off and sound like what the record does. But that's when he's live, he's just playing this chord. So that type of thing. And I love what is that? Chucky's yeah, killer stuff. Killer stuff. Yeah, and that's kind of like why I go into all. I thought about teaching "Hello One and All," another Steely Dan song. So, anyways, we were talking about like in Reelin, like he's then it's like down to the G, and he's like, which is just all based around G, right? Then it gets to the A chord, and he goes back to the G. Right? Just arpeggiates a G, going up. And so it's a lot of following the chords, but more clever than the way I think Skunk approaches it, in my opinion. And I love Skunk, but I just think that, hey, Hugh Caldwell, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, what would you say? Let me ask you this: your top 3 Steely Dan solos, your favorites?
Oh God, fucking Larry Carlton, fucking Kid Charlemagne.
Okay,
They'll Take Me Alive. And
all
Peg.
right,
and Peg.
Oh, and Jay Graydon on Peg.
I actually know that solo. I actually know the.
Yeah, great one.
That ride down, I actually play that lower on the neck.
Yeah.
That,
well, you can play it in this position over here. Yeah, I play it up here. Yeah. Yeah. Well, then it goes right all up there. Yeah, but I mean this. So your Kid Charlemagne would be up there for me. Don't Take Me Alive would be up there for me. Oh, I love Third World Man, which is also Larry. But I also like what Steve Kahn does on The Glamour Profession.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what Walter does on Home at Last. A Michael Hedges song.
Yeah, because
it's all like open tuning, right?
When they do Home at Last live, I think Drew Zing does the solos live.
Well, when they did them back when Drew Zing was playing with them, it's been John Harrington for the last however long he's been playing with them. But
why I didn't like about John Harrington is like, look, if you're gonna play fucking Kid Charlemagne, at least incorporate some of the original fucking solo into it. If you
I'll take it further. Play the fucking record solo. That's what these guys spend so much time making sure each solo was perfect for the song, and then they go out and they just jazz hammer over it. I'm like, no, do the fucking solos. That's what they're so ingrained in the song.
Yeah, it's like playing Stairway to Heaven, improvising the solo.
Agreed. It's like listening to Prince play While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Too soon?
Yeah, Prince is dead. What?
Look, I'll say this. Look, I love the album Dirty Mind by Prince. I think that is a really great record for its time. And after Dirty Mind, what was it? What's the album in 81?
Oh, God.
Ronnie Talks to Russia. What the fuck
is that the one with I Want to Be Your Lover?
No. I want Controversy. Thank you. Controversy's okay. 1999 is good. I thought Purple Rain, like there's 2 or 3 songs. I mean, one song maybe I love. I think The Beautiful Ones is the best track on that album. But the other songs I don't really love. And I think, to me, if like you had to pick out 2 Prince albums, I would say Dirty Mind and the album that they call The Death of Prince that had Come and Let It Go, which was like, I think it was the last album he did for Warner Brothers. I think that's a great record.
Well, Purple Rain is Prince's Thriller, basically. It's like where it got overhyped and stuff. And like they said, it's his best album, but there are better albums behind that. Agreed.
Off the Wall's a better album for sure.
Yeah, because well, with Thriller, yeah, it's like Off the Wall is a better album. But with Prince, they look at that album like it's his best album, Purple Rain, but
yeah, it's not his best album.
it's not.
Like I said, I don't care for most of the songs. I mean, Purple Rain it's okay. It's Faithfully.
I can't.
Let's Go Crazy. I never cared for. I Would Die for You is okay.
I can't comment. I can't comment too much on Prince. The whole thing is
Computer Blues sucks.
I never got too much into Prince.
Darling Nikki. I mean, I heard that enough as a young kid. Every time you go to a strip club, some girls dancing to it. But other than that, it stinks.
I have stories about that fucking song, but
yeah. Yeah, not a Little Red Corvette. I mean, that album has better songs. Let's Pretend We're Married on 1999 is a great
melody
song.
on Little Red Corvette to this day. I'm trying to remember. It's like that melody. It shares a melody with another song.
Well, the chords do. The chords is Stand Back by
yeah.
It's Stand Back.
No, I'm talking about vocals and stuff. There was a song in the 70s that had the same friggin' melody.
Well, I mean, if you think of the song 1999, you could sing it and alternate each verse with a verse from Manic Monday that he wrote for the Bangles. They're the same damn song.
Yeah.
I was dreaming when I wrote this, and then right? It's the same fucking song to me. But I mean, I'm not here to bash Prince. I'm just saying, like, I like him as a guitar player, not so much. And I think he put out a lot of music, and it wasn't all great.
Well, he's a good guitar player. Good.
He's all right.
Yeah, you can say he's good.
He doesn't have a song as good as Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got. Let's sit down and take a look. Stuck together like a hand in glove. Ain't no woman like the one I love. She could never break. Oh, there is?
Well, for a change, you're not playing show and tell. So,
I love show and tell. Great song.
Great song.
I love all those.
We both love the Spinners.
Yeah, I mean, I love all the Philly soul stuff. I mean,
the Spinners are songs of my childhood. Rub Band Man.
And you know, it's funny. I was teaching a song 2 weeks ago. We were doing "Love TKO," which is this to this chord, right? And then there's a bass that goes. Then I'm talking to the guys that I play with, and we started talking about I Can't Go For That from Hall & Oates, and it's the same fucking chords. It's minor 9 to the 11, the 5/11.
Okay, what's the best Hall & Oates song? I've got mine. It's like
FM's great too.
Yeah, She's Gone. But it's like I like Sarah Smile. I think
Sarah Smile's great. It's great. I like She's Gone. I like a lot of this stuff. I like the Rich Girl's a great song. You're a rich girl and you're going too far, but you know it. Yeah. But it won't get you too far. She's too far.
I know. Nowadays, they say you're a bitch girl. So that's going to be a hashtag Me Too movement.
Right.
So, Oh, call the girl a bitch.
What about this song?
Oh, oh yeah. Louie.
No.
Yeah, no.
Ooh,
Oh, Jackie Blue.
Jack
Jackie Blue.
Blue.
Ozark Mountain Daredevils. Yeah.
Are they going to go to this part when it goes?
You know it's a great song because they never had a song beyond that that did anything.
What is it?
Hey, you know it's a great song because they never did a song beyond that did anything.
Well, they were a different kind of band. That wasn't really their type of song. I mean, they were like a country band, Ozark
Yes,
Mountain
they were.
Daredevils.
It's
Yeah,
like,
so it was
well,
like a lot
you
of
know, me and my
I
brother.
think they had
used to
hits
laugh.
on country radio, but they just didn't have it on pop radio.
Me and my brother used to laugh when we were kids. It's like they'd have these compilation albums and go, "Ooh, Jackie Blue," and so Ozark Mountain Daredevils. It's like such a cool name, such a lame song.
Yeah. What was that other country band that had a hit back then too? Well, Stampeders. Sweet, sweet city woman. Yeah. Great. Great stuff. Brothers Johnson was great. Get the funk out of my face. Or Stomp. Stomp, doo doo doo, all night. I love Louis Johnson.
Yeah, getting back to the Spinners though, it's like Spinners, one of those bands where like I'm like in my 5, 6 years old, hear all these songs, love the songs. Then we get into the disco age, and like they get played in this disco age with disco songs, and I'm like, disco sucks, blah blah blah. But then I find out afterwards, it's like all these fucking songs I loved before. I love them. It's like
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Since I met you, I believe it. You made me such a happy boy. That's funny. Honey, you always knew what you wanted to. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's great.
Falling in love. Yeah. Well, don't ask me to sing. Don't ask me to
Yeah.
sing.
Oh, they were great.
But
Neil Diamond's great too.
but
All those guys were great.
the thing is,
Neil Diamond, you're going to tell me that Bob Dylan's a better songwriter than Neil Diamond? I don't think Neil Diamond has a song as good as Cracklin' Rosie.
Yeah.
Hit you upon Oh, it's the best.
I wrote this song after running over a drifter to get an erection.
Yeah.
Cracklin' Rose.
He was great. I am the sun, you are the moon, you are the words, I am the tune, play me.
A lot of great songs.
Shiloh was a great song. What's that?
A lot of great songs from Monkeys, I believe.
Yeah, he wrote two of the Monkeys did. It's a little bit me, it's a little bit you, and I'm a believer. He was great. He wrote
Last Train Clarksville. Wrote that.
No, he didn't write that.
He didn't write that?
No. Take a last train to Clarksville, and I'll meet you at the station.
They actually used to play that song in a band.
The Bob Dylan rant. Thanks. Yeah, I don't, clearly I don't care for him. And I just think that it side swipes a lot of great songwriters. I mean, you're going to tell me Bob Dylan's a better songwriter than Billy Joel? Fuck off.
And
better than Bernie Taupin and Elton John together? Not in a million years.
Believe me, I'm not a big fan of Billy Joel or Elton John, but I will agree with you on that.
He's a better songwriter than fucking Jackson Brown. On what fucking planet? I'm sorry. I don't see any of it. To me,
But
it
someone
underscores.
said Bob Dylan was a better songwriter than Jackson Brown.
Yeah, Rolling Stone magazine. They say he's
Well-
the greatest songwriter of all time.
Well, think with Bob Dylan, it's like a fucking monkey, fucking million typewriters, fucking making a good song every now and then.
Yeah. Lionel Richie. Better songwriter than Dylan? Yes or no?
Hello.
A million times better. Just for the song, Dylan doesn't have a song as good as Easy. Forget about Sail On and fucking Oh No. I want you to want. Just take the movie The Last American Virgin when he's going to hawk the stereo to get paid for her abortion, and they're playing I want you to want me. Imagine the times they are a changing. Instead, you'd be like, somebody fucking take a fucking hammer to my nuts. Neil Finn's great. Wait a minute, Neil Finn? I love him.
American Virgin, when they played Keep on Loving You, I thought that was during the abortion thing.
I think there's a couple of scenes. There's I Will Follow when he's running around. There's But these people, I'm saying, like, and Maurice White from Earth, Wind and Fire wrote some brilliant songs. David Foster wrote some brilliant songs.
Oh, well, get back to American Virgin. Let's talk about the gay guys on the whole thing. It's like friggin' Antonin, Steve Anton.
Rick.
What's his name?
The guy who played Rick.
Yeah, guy who played Rick. Gay.
Yeah.
And
Gary. The guy who played Gary.
Yeah, guy who played Gary Gay.
And the guy who played the Big Apple was straight.
Rubo. Yeah, Joe Rubo.
He's straight because he's in no shape to be gay.
Yeah.
That's a what's this? Drew Carey's old joke. I'm not in any kind of shape to be gay.
Well, you could be a bear.
Supertramp was incredible.
Yes.
In fact, my older brother was just in town. And we were talking about Supertramp, and I was telling him my favorite album of theirs because I mean you can forget about the first two albums. It's not really the Supertramp sound that everybody loves, but really when you get to the third album, which is Crime of the Century, they're awesome. Crisis, What Crisis, I think is their best, which is the second album of that sound. And then Even in the Quietest Moments is a fantastic album, and Breakfast in America is a great album. The album after Breakfast in America, I can't remember what it's called, but it had It's Raining Again. It's okay. Not as good. But yeah, I mean, all those songs like When I Was Young, they say that life was so wonderful. A miracle. Oh, it was beautiful. Magical. There are times when all the roses leave. Questions run so deep for such a simple man. I mean, great chords, beautiful song. My favorite part is when it goes, "Oh."
I grew up listening to that song. Then I actually really listened to it like around 10 years ago. And going, wow, how deep are the lyrics? It's like, except, call me a liberal. It's like,
Right.
Okay, that's kind of a thing. But it's like, no, when I was young, everything was wonderful.
Right.
It's like, how true is that? It's like everything's idealistic. It's like
it's a great song. I mean, I even like take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend.
I tell you,
never seem to get a lot.
Me and my girlfriend broke up, right? And she moved down the street at the time. and
Uh-huh.
stuff like that. Finished moving and stuff. I had the fucking my USB on freaking play and stuff like that. That's what played. Take a look at my girlfriend. It's the only-
She's living up the street. Yeah. Also, my brother and I were talking a lot about ELO because ELO's. I mean, Jeff Lynne. You're going to tell me Bob Dylan's a better songwriter than Jeff Lynne? Fuck
Love
off.
Jeff Lynne.
He's awesome. Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't nothing. That's a great song.
But you know, when I watched Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2, whatever, when they start playing Mr. Blue Sky,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that's so freaking cool.
Hello. How are you? Have you been all right?
Telephone line.
All these lonely. That's what I'd say. Have you done if you pick up that telephone? Monday, late again today. And I love Horace Wimp. This is your life. Great song. I love everything on Discovery.
You know,
except
it
for Don't
talks
Bring Me
about
Down.
songs like Telephone Line. It's a great fucking song, but it doesn't translate because we're all text now. It's like it's a telephone.
Give me some time. I'm living in time. Let's see if I remember these chords.
You got can't get it out of my head.
Give me some time. I'm living in twilight. Do-do-do-do. And I want you more than need you. And I want you for all time. Wichita lineman is right. That the beginning of Wichita lineman, you know, it's the same. It's starts off with it's basically like a 1-5. It's F major 7 to a C11, like. Right? Like this. I am alive. But it's also the same as
Bread.
no, watch. It's sad to think that it's over. And it's getting to the point when whatever the lyrics are. We just can't get it right because neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye. Back to this thing again. Well, I keep wondering. You gotta join me on the Pips. But yeah, it's the same intro. When I hear the song, I'm always like, wait, what is this one? I get confused. I'm so confused. Great song, neither one.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we get to give me drugs, give me drugs, give me drugs.
Yeah, sure, Freddie. They're vitamins. But yeah, this is what I do. Like when I sit around playing guitar, if I'm watching TV, I'll noodle around on the guitar. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what else we've added to our set list. We added operator, where I got to do all the. Which one? Which Roger song? My favorite guitar lesson. Oh, neither one of us. I was gonna teach. Pretty women with gorillas go walking down my.
Fucking Joe Jackson. Yep.
Is
You know
she
what?
really going?
You still have to do the lesson where you teach Fridays because I can't figure out the chords he used for Fridays.
She gets paid on Friday. That song.
Yeah. There's like
I
this
just gotta. I'll
off
listen
note.
to it.
There's this off note on there.
Yeah,
I can't figure it out.
it's like a do 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 do.
Yeah, it's like a G to A, but it's like there's this ringing friggin'
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, it's just
note.
weird. I gotta hear it, and I gotta hear where it's voiced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about doing operator because it's here, like operator. See, I don't play the main part. When I play operator, I play it up here when we do it in my band. So I didn't even learn the front part. I only learned the accoutrement, the and then when it goes like isn't that the way they say it goes? This is my part. So let's forget all that. Give me the number so you can call it. So hope you come to know. That's not the way. I do love that line. It's like. My capo's not on. I only come to know. That's not the way it feels. Yeah, but that's how the second guy plays his parts. And I wrote out the chords and charted it for Jimmy to play. Yeah, I can't remember. Like I said, I only play one part, so I don't play the operator. Won't you help me make this call? It does it twice there. I can't remember how the spacing goes, and then it's like, see the number. See the numbers fading. Something like that. Like I do know it goes to that diminished chord that when he goes operator, won't you help me make this call? See the number. And there's there's a lot of pull-offs and stuff going on in the main guitar. Again, I spent no time on it because I don't have to learn that part. Oh. What the hell is this part? Oh, it's I can call just to tell her I'm fine and to show the come to know I convince myself that it just wasn't real. That's not the way it feels. Yeah, that's like I said, that I don't ever play that part, so I don't even think about. I just think about all the little noodling that the other guy does. I remember exactly. I love Harry Casey. Na 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 na, baby, give it up, baby. I think he also wrote what's that song? Take me in your arms, rock me, baby. Come on. Harry Casey did. Yeah, right? From Casey and the Sunshine Band. Here comes the 11 chord that you love, Krell. Oh, it's killer. I don't know his name. What happened was I was smoking a cigar like maybe a month ago. And Jim has brought up the song to me a few times. He's like, you should learn those parts. And I'm like, yeah, sometime I will. And then on the show, what's that show that always from the 70s?
Midnight Special.
Thank you. The Midnight Special. Croce was playing on it and played operator. I watched.
How the fuck did I bring that on my ass?
So I was like, fuck it. I'll watch them play it. I'm like, all right, I can figure out. I mean, I picked up a guitar too. I could watch what he was doing pretty easy. So then I told Jim, let me chart out the chords for you, what he's playing, and then Jim took the chords and then listened to it and got all the Croce parts. Like there's a lot of, hammer-ons and stuff that he's playing in the chords. Yeah, it was a couple of songs. So I'm going to do that the Joe Jackson song. I'm going to do maybe Jackie Blue if you guys want to know. Jackie Blue. I love it. Yeah, that's a great one. What is that? Little Dan Fogelberg stuff, but I said how to play it.
Longer than.
No, this is a leader of the band.
I always used to get him confused with Joey Bishop. It's like
Dan Fogelberg.
Yeah, What was Joey Bishop's hit song?
No idea.
Well,
Hugh Caldwell.
Well,
Somebody asked me the other day if I would teach Tinseltown in the Rain. I was like, the only person who watches my channel that'll know that
look
song
it
would
up.
be Hugh Caldwell.
Well, you know who Joey Bishop is, right?
Yeah, it's part of the Rat Pack.
Oh no, I'm thinking of a different Bishop.
Stephen Bishop.
Stephen Bishop. That's it. Yep.
Down in Jamaica, they got lots of pretty women. Steal your money and they take you home. Lonesome Sue. Garbage can.
Yeah.
Let's keep on trying. And a smile and I feel like dying. On and on. On and on. On and on.
Yep.
The first time ain't the last time. Let's see if I can remember that part. If you show me, so don't good. He also did Something's Telling Me, but he didn't write that one.
Well, he also was.
But he wrote On and On.
He was in the Animal House.
Oh, yeah, but you get that mixed up with Dan Fogelberg? No, Same Old Lang Syne's a great song. Heart's Hotel's a great song.
But
I'll say this.
And
you're in a road trip. You put on Dan Fogelberg's greatest hits. Then put on Bob Dylan's greatest hits. I guarantee by song 3 that tape is out the window. Notice I'm talking about cassette tapes. That's all I think about. I think of. Oh yeah, Wishing Well. There's a singer around here. He sings like in a blues rock band. I always tell him you should just be doing a tribute for Terence Trent D'Arby. His voice is just like his. Now everybody's talking about this new decade. All right. It's already 9 o'clock. Hour and 45. Did he do a track for heavy metal? Don Felder did.
Yep.
And Sammy Hagar did. But
neither was heavy metal.
Huh?
Neither song was heavy metal.
No, but I do love the Felder. I think it's called Take a Ride heavy metal.
Yeah.
Take a ride. Songs I always loved on that record was Reach Out and Take It. Reach Out and by Cheap Trick. Great song.
Then you had the friggin' bands like Trust and Riggs that you never fucking heard from before.
Right. You know what I always loved on that too is the Veteran of the Psychic Wars.
Yeah. Yes, you know, a veteran of 1,000 psychic wars.
Oh, it's great. Oh, please don't let this go on. You ask me if I hear it all the time in the gym. It's on my mix and it comes up all the time. All the time. Ooh, Dylan or Neil Young? In all
Neil Young.
honesty,
Neil Young.
I think Neil Young's a better writer,
Yes. Yes.
better songwriter.
100%.
Yeah. And you know who was responsible for George McRae? Was Betty Wright, also from Florida. I'm a clean-up woman. Yeah, different version of Mob Rules, and it's a different version of Heavy Metal on Sammy Hagar. It's not the 3-lock box version.
Yeah.
It's a different version. And just like on the Warriors soundtrack, In the City, the Joe Walsh, that's a different version than the Eagles one on
Long Run.
Long Run. Yeah. Warriors.
The one with soundtrack's better, if I remember correctly.
I'd have to go back and compare them. I never know. Like, I have a mix of Joe Walsh stuff, and it comes on, and I'm like, which version is this one? And when I think I can't tell, I think I'm listening to the Eagles version. Because all the ooh, I think you got Fry and Henley in the background singing In the City. And I don't know if they sang on his solo one. They may have. I thought I did. I never do a lesson on Band on the Run. Stuck inside these four walls. Right. No, it's here. I thought I did it. Oh, the Confessor would be fun, but there's two parts to the song. There's the drop D section, and then it goes into standard tuning when he goes to E. In the eyes of the Confessor, right when it gets heavy. But I like the drop D section, or it could be an open. I don't even know. Yeah, I thought.
I don't think it's that great of a song. I don't like Confessor.
What does that walk? Somebody look it up. Did I do Band on the Run? Why do I think I did? Will the rain
You have.
Oh, yeah.
Live. Yeah, I know that.
Fell into the sun. First one said to the second one there, I hope we're having fun. Band on the Run. Band. What is this next chord? On the run. Let's take each and every one for the. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did it. Look, someone look it up. I thought I did it. Anyways, if you guys like the lives, we'll try to do more. Maybe Krelbar and I will do one a month or two a month. Some of that makes it work where I'm not feeling like I'm a slave to the show.
Yeah, every week, I tell you, with a lot of these shows, you know, if you take other guys like Steve from Boston, it's like he used to do it once a month too, and it was great and stuff. And it's like as soon as COVID went around and everyone was trapped in, he did it every week, and he never strayed away from it every week. I haven't tuned into that in friggin' ages.
Oh, I wouldn't even know if he still has a channel. I don't really watch many music channels. It has to come into my feed. Yeah. And most things, I'm so sick of. I'm always like, don't ever show me again. I've had enough.
Good. I don't want to tell you channels I'm fucking watching. It's like, it's not music. It's just, no, I'm not even going to get into it. It's like,
anyways, classics. Anyone? Same with any. Christopher Cross is awesome. Yeah, well, that song, first of all, stinks, but there's a time when we heed a certain call. Oh, do I hate that? And the love, and all right, guys, we're gonna call it. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us. It's what's today's date? January 1st. This year's flying by.
Well, we got to do one list, right?
Oh, we'll do a list before.
I think I've got a list. It's the 25 greatest solos of the 70s.
I have not seen the Yacht Rock documentary, but I have seen the Yacht Rock, the original spoof that started all the talk about calling it Yacht Rock.
Yeah,
and
with
stuff.
Steve. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that guy's name?
Something Steve. Or...
Yeah, it was fucking great. All right, go ahead.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
hear this. 25, top 25.
Okay. Greatest guitar solos of the 70s.
Of the 70s.
Yep.
Okay.
So 25 is Genesis, Fourth of Fifth, which is off of.
Yeah, I know it. I don't think so, but it's. I know it.
Okay. Well, 24 is Rush, La Villa Strangiato.
No.
Which is, well, it's actually my favorite Rush album. So
it's Hemispheres, right? Yep. Or is that Farewell to Kings? What is that album?
No, that's Hemispheres.
I always mix those two up because when I hear them at the gym back to back, I'm always like, I don't even know which one I'm listening to. Cygnus 2 is better than Cygnus 1, so that's Hemispheres. So I like Hemispheres better.
23 is Steely Dan, Reelin' in the Years.
That's a great one.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
22, Don't Fear the Reaper, which I actually love that solo.
Yeah, it's all right.
Great. Fucking, Buck Dharma always seems to, whether it's that or like,
it's iconic
and stuff. It's like he just seems to play the right notes all.
Yeah, he's great.
It's so 21 is Bohemian Rhapsody.
I think Brian May's played so many better solos in that.
Yeah, but it's still iconic.
Okay.
Okay. You may have some questions here. UFO Rock Bottom.
Terrible.
Yep. It's Michael Shanko's great.
I like what he plays on I Ain't No Baby, which is on Obsession. I don't really Rock Bottom is like rock, but I don't want to go on you.
Yeah, next one they have 19. It's like it's Alex Lifeson's earliest playing and stuff.
Working Man.
Yeah. It's like it makes him good for the time. It's not.
Yeah, but it was iconic for the 70s. I like that one better than the other one.
Okay, well, here's like a guilty pleasure of mine. You're probably gonna bash on this. It's fucking Outlaws, Greengrass, and High Tides.
Yeah, it's too long.
It's Triplet Kingdom.
It's the never-ending solo. It's Freebird.
It's a never-ending triplet solo.
Yeah.
Everything.
Wheedly. Yep. Don't like it.
Right. So, okay. You're going to like this one. 17 Scorpions. What do you think it is?
It's going to be The Sails of Sharon.
Yes.
Okay. It's a great one.
Sails of Sharon. Awesome solo. Okay. 16 is Queen. What song do you think it is?
It's going to be Somebody to Love.
Nope. Well, we're talking about solo, so.
Yeah, solo in that song's great. We Will Rock You.
It is great. No, it's actually Kill a Queen.
Which I like better than the other one, so I'm glad it did better on the list.
15 is Deep Purple.
Highway Star?
Nope.
Thank Christ. It's the hit there. Smoke on the Water.
Nope.
Good, tell me then.
Burn.
Huh, all right. I'll accept Burn. As long as I don't hear Highway Star, and you better not say Highway Star coming up.
Well, I can name the band right now. You'll know the fucking name of the song.
Go ahead.
It's like Mother Earth.
Oh, it's Maggot Brain.
Yeah. There you go.
Funkadelic.
Yep. Okay. Well,
And first of all, if anyone thinks Maggot Brain's a good guitar solo and doesn't listen to Let's Get Off Your Ass and Jam, which is 10 times the guitar solo by Funkadelic in 75. Hey,
well,
Doug, have a great one.
this next one, I'll agree with if there's another one off this album that is higher, but it's like it's Pink Floyd.
Time,
Nope. Great
Money,
solo. Nope.
Comfortably
It's
Numb.
not. It's not that album. Not the album. Well, what's our favorite album, Dave?
Animals.
Yes.
Dogs?
So, yeah, that's what they have. Dogs.
Okay.
At this
Dogs
point,
is fucking awesome.
it's awesome. I put Sheep above it. So I would.
Is there a solo in Sheep? When it goes to I just know that it does all the chord things. I don't think there's a solo there in Sheep. Go ahead.
But 12 is Black Sabbath. So it's
Iron Man.
no, actually, they
Is it
put
on Master of Reality?
No, it's on Paranoid. Planet
Okay.
Caravan.
War Pigs? Oh, I love Planet
Yeah.
Caravan. Oh, that's like a jazzy solo. That's nice.
Yeah. Okay, 11 is Deep Purple.
Ugh. Highway Star.
Nope. You're not going to like this one. It's a long song.
Lazy.
Nope.
What?
Child in Time.
Oh. I can't stand it. Go on.
Okay, number 10. This is a fucking off one on me. I'll have to fucking revisit this one, but it's like it's Judas Priest.
70s.
Yeah.
Victim of changes.
No, it's not going to be any of the ones that we all know.
What is
It's
it?
like I have to listen to this because Beyond the Realms of Death.
Yeah, that's on Stained Glass.
Yeah. So I'll have to listen to that. And it's like,
Yeah, I'll save you time. It stinks. Go ahead.
it stinks. Number 9 is the Mighty Van Halen.
Eruption, you really got me.
Yep. Eruption. Yep.
Okay.
Number 8 is Led Zeppelin.
Heartbreaker.
Nope.
No, that's 60s. Stairway to Heaven.
Nope. Think Hipster Doofus, blues guy. Hipster Doofus blues
Since
guy.
I've Been Loving You.
Yes.
That's a great solo, though.
Oh, we should have been on fucking $10 million pyramid or something like
Right.
that. Okay, 7 is Deep Purple.
For fuck's sake. Is this Highway Star?
Yes.
My disdain for that solo transcends time. Go ahead.
Number 6 is Led Zeppelin.
Stairway to Heaven.
Bingo. Yep. Number 5 is Dire Straits.
Sultans.
Of course. Number 4 is Eagles. You'll get this.
Hotel.
Yep. Skinner.
I think the solo in One of These Nights is better. Skinner is Freebird.
Yep. Number 3. Number 2 is Pink Floyd.
Time.
Nope.
Comfortably Numb.
Yes. Number 1 is, I'm not going to name the band. What do you think number 1 solo?
Is it Hendrix?
Nope.
All right.
It's unusual in that this
Kansas.
band's been, nope. This band's been mentioned before.
Ugh. Just tell me.
And it's closer than you think.
Is it Deep Purple again?
Nope. Well, I say closer to think because okay, I'll say this. The number 2 was Comfortably Numb. Number
Yeah.
1 is
Go ahead.
Time.
Oh, it's Pink Floyd again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Time's a better solo. Just for the record, John, I love Martin Barr. Is that how you say his name? Is it Barr? I hear people say Barre, Barr.
Right.
His solo on Aqualung's fantastic.
You know, a little known thing is that freaking like back in 2017, right over in Chepachet, the thing at the winery, freaking Martin Barr played there. I went to go see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like out in the middle of fucking sticks. Fucking
Right.
Martin Barr.
Yeah, no, that was a bad list.
Yeah. Well, there are some great
How is
solos.
Kid Charlemagne's not in that list? I mean, that list stinks. Let's be real. All right, let's get out of here. Things to do.
Sure thing.
All right, everyone. I want to thank everyone. John, good to see you for hanging out. Frampton could have been on that list. That would have been good. And we are just going to sign off. I'm not going to play any outro.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. I'll see everyone later. Very good.
Yeah,
Krell, great seeing you. Talk soon.
Keep in touch. Yep.
You got it. Very good.